Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Hi guys, thanks again for joining us on another episode of Music and Marriage. My name is Nikita, I'm your host, and this is my co-host.
I'm Black Red Square, and we're there one more time, on another brand spanking new episode of the Music and Marriage Podcast. Give thanks for joining us. Let's talk.
We hope that wherever you are in the world, this podcast is reaching you in good health and in good spirits.
Yes, and as usual, before we go into the reasoning, we have to big up our sponsors. Simply Rose Craft. If you need your door signs, door wreaths, if you need your home decor done, please check out Simply Rose Craft. She has her website, www.simplyrosecraft.com, or you can check her on social media. She's on all social media platforms. All right, people, so Simply Rose, big up yourself, check her out.
Yes, and while you're at it, make sure you guys shop Nikki Glitz Cosmetic for all your loose glitters and your palettes. And please forget to use your codes MMP22 to get your 20% discount off on your orders.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So today we have another very special guest in the building, right? International Dancehall Artiste, the man called Razor B.
Give thanks for coming.
Brother, give thanks for checking
Yes,
in
man.
with us.
Yes, man. You know what I mean?
Man, how you feeling? Everything good?
You know? Yes, I mean, I'm feeling amazing, bro. Like, honestly, that's life. It's within itself. You know what I mean? It's such a grateful thing to wake up in the morning and just give thanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Seeing the sun. You know what I mean? You have water to consume. You have the air to breathe in. You know what I mean? You have the ears that's still working to hear. You know what I mean? And the heart is still pumping. You know what I mean? And the grounds to feel that vibration from the earth. So it's just amazing, you know? Where
Yeah, man,
you have to give thanks for life, you know what I mean? Give thanks for life, because, you know what I mean? You see people dropping every day, so it's just like, you know what I mean? You know, friends and family are still around. You just have to just give thanks for life, you know what I mean? It's most grateful and more. I'm so grateful for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
We
more
have to give
gratitude,
thanks, for
yeah.
real. It's a joy to be in your presence, my brother. Give thanks for accepting our invitation to come on our platform. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate it too, you know what I mean? Like I was saying earlier, you know what I mean? Every platform is a great platform because you get to get your voice out there, you get to get a message out there, and you get to get your face out there, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's not that about just the music alone, it's just for people to kind of like, oh, I see him, but I never know what I saw him really, you know what I mean? Because people basically judge off of, you know what I mean, sometimes appearance.
True.
You know what I mean? A person don't even know your heart and know that, yo, you know, say a person your heart are good, I never know, say, there's so much things them actually do because not everything you do, you have to put out there in a social media.
True,
You know what I mean? And we do a lot of great things for our earth, so, you know what I mean? Bless in that way, where we just give thanks and just know, so yo, we do it from the love of our heart and not for the hype or the recognition of what other people are saying or thinking.
Most
you know?
definitely, man. So, before we get into our conversation on this podcast is more geared towards relationship. I want to get to know Razor B just a little bit more, musically speaking. So, based off my investigation then, so to speak, Razor B is not based in Jamaica.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How is first and foremost, where are you based?
I'm based in Toronto, Canada.
Toronto.
You know what I mean?
You've developed your musical talents in Canada before you export it to Jamaica?
You know what? It's vice versa, you know, because what it is, I went to high school here. I went to St. Jake High School before I actually migrated to Canada.
See?
And from like, I don't know about another Jamaicans, but I feel like every Jamaican can relate to us beating on the desktop and feel like we are artists and I compete and I clash against the next person. You know what I mean? For the lunch money there, for the hype there, for better than you know what I mean? Even if it's not your own lyrics you make up, you know what I mean? You're singing someone else's songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it started here in Jamaica, you know what I mean?
See.
It becomes more embedded in me when I carry the same energy, the same spirit overseas in Canada when I was going to high school. I did the same thing, man. Everybody I chase me because I have the big voice.
Yeah.
But me I sing the Buju Banton song them then. You know what I mean? Oh, you know stop crying. You know what I mean? So it's like people like, hey! So some of the song them where I knew from here in Jamaica, which didn't actually hit in Canada as yet, people I was singing the Terror Fabulous them And the Buju Banton them, me actually know when me hear when me a young youth,
Yeah.
and I sing them like my song, so people think I did me.
Fascinated.
Yeah, fascinated. I say, oh, I saw him bad, that you are lyrically inclined.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, since them don't know, me gonna pretend like I'm me then. You understand? So it's like when you go. That's how actually I got the name Razor B, because them say, yo, what your DJ name? I mean, I say, yo, you know some now a DJ name, or Roger my name, so I give them my real name, say, no, you have to have a artist name, like something for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I say, boy, no, me not a name still, and the man say, you know what, we are going to name you Razor B, because you're sharp, youth.
So Canada, you get that name there?
Canada, I got the name from one of my friends, Sweetness and Super, you know? Yeah.
So you say St. Jago, so that mean originally from Spanish Town then?
No, I'm originally from Waterford, Portmore, but I passed for Spanish Town. I passed for St. Jago High School. I'm used to do track and field, so, you know what I mean? I got scholarship and everything to go to St. Jago High School. It was just a great look, run at champs and everything.
So why not pursue track and field and instead of music? What changed?
I think what that changed is I got injured, you know what I mean, as a class 3 student. I was working out, you know what I mean, and there was a pothole that we call it here in Jamaica, a pothole on the field.
Yeah.
So I never see it, so I do some knee lift and I got through, and then my right foot went down in it, and then it hurt. I don't remember where it pulled a muscle. I pulled something at the time, but the coach, I was so fast, the coach actually had me still run a champs that year over many other students who were also on the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was running even faster than them, even though I was injured. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I didn't really pursue it. When I go to Canada, I was more playing soccer, playing defense. So basically, it wasn't putting a lot of pressure. So it's still fast, you know, but it's just that I was just doing different sports, because I also play. So I play in Manning Cup too, you know what I mean? Yeah. But track and field was my first love. So where did it start professionally then? From musically. So professionally, it started in Canada, I would say. You know what I mean? I started.
What was that scenario that push you in your mind and say, you know what, the light bulb flick, and you say, you know what, I eat this and I'm gonna take it serious.
You know what? I think it's when I start winning all the different school competition and school different challenges. You know what I mean? My friends were more pushing me to say, yo, you can become an artist, you know, say about it. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. You know, I start to take it more serious. I start writing, I start going to the studio more, I start doing dub plates for like sound system in Canada, you know, and everybody start gravitating. The Lone Star, the King Turbo, them, you know what I mean, who were the big name sounds at the time in Canada, which is still around. King Turbo is still one of the bigger sounds, you know what I mean, to Specs and Ricky Turbo, them and all those guys. Just doing it, but not, just, it was more like didn't understand, didn't study the business, but just the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Didn't take it as a business and say, oh, you can make money off of this, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So didn't study the business part of it, but more like doing music and just making like $50 yes, or $100 this, you know what I mean? As like a school youth off a dub plate.
Yeah.
You know? And then I start getting more and more into it. And in 2015, when I came back here to Jamaica, and I party me there, you know what I mean? I think it was Sexy Tuesday. And you know, me and some girls go and they were doing the dance, and they might dance and they might go on and bag or something. And a girl named Lottie, me see she do a dance, and I say, yo, what that dance name? That dance a body, you know. And we name her, she say, you know, so long time I dance a raise, I don't know that me have a name feet, but I say, find a name feet and give me your name. I dance at them. Me I go sing a song for this.
Yeah.
Trust me. And I saw Hot Up came about. You know what I mean? The next day she called me, so she called Queen Nikki. Queen dancer Queen Nikki at the time. Yeah, she's doing music now, and Nikki say, yo, I could call the song, I could call it Hot Up the Dance, Hot Up, you know what I mean? And then I say, alright, so I come to boom and link up with Franco. And I say, you know, some other idea, and the girls them give me some name, I have the list of the name them, because it's like them text me the name. And I say, Sher, Chinyuni, Chrissy, you know what I mean? All of the name them, I just look on the thing, and I say, Sher, I'm going to boom one time, boom, boom. Up in it 2 times. I think it's so I visualize when I see the night before in my mind.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And then I say, you know what I mean? To Osha flash a finger, I say, she make up her face, and I say, it's sweet.
Yeah.
Just tell me it's sweet.
Yeah.
And I saw the song come out and them just start play the instrument behind it and bum ba dam da dam dam. And then
so
when we
organically that just created right there.
Yeah. So it's just like, and I'm like, wow. And then actually I finished the song. Me and the girl them hear it, and them
what year was this again?
2015. 2014 into 2015.
See.
So it was like Christmas, around Christmas going into January. So I came down on vacation pretty much. So by the time we reached March, when the producer released the song, I was in Canada. And everybody I say, yo, that song is big, you know. I mean, I hear it and I say, yo, what do you mean? Say, hey, everybody I talk about it. Everybody I talk about this one song here. Like, who is this man here?
Yeah.
I mean, I say, I thought, because I just did it like, you know what I mean, just for fun, you know what I mean, because a long time I do music, I mean, I see anything, I say, okay, wow, I come to Jamaica, come shoot a video then for this.
Yeah.
So when I shot the video and me see like everybody, you know what I mean, like I was in a party at a stole up party and I heard Bounty Killer send over, because the girls them was just running with the song at the time, you know what I mean, because Franco was just out and just kind of just doing street road with the song, and I tell you, I was shocked. The first day the song dropped, it up 1 million views.
See that?
Nice.
So I was like, wow.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I was like, wow. And the video, we just did the video, was like on a phone, pretty much a phone camera. So it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing music and loving music and just putting it in, because it was out of pocket that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just everything. I'm like, okay, then, you know what I mean? Whatever, yeah, man. You know, it's just another song. Even though I take it serious and love it, it's just, you just felt like.
And how was that feeling for you, though, when you realized it? You know, something where you created organically just take off.
Man, it was honestly, it was an overwhelming. It was like so many different emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In from the peers, Beanie, link me and say, yo, you know, some my daughter, I dance to girl songs. I just when you see I just ravers, DJ ravers, and you may see she dance to your song, you know, say that song are gone, you know, youth. So I'm like, you're like, wow, there's just so many Vegas, youth. Are you the girls that are saying it's just like you hear from all these other artists who established and you look up to and them give this thing and them try get in touch with you for say, yo, youth, do your thing. I'm like, this is getting real, this is serious.
Yeah,
so that's when I come to Boom and me get the rhythm for broke back and Canada I actually voice broke back.
How hard how hard was it to follow that with broke back?
But you know the thing about it, the song was just doing so great where I'm just enjoying the fame and the popularity of that record. And then Cornelius reached out to me through his brother, because his brother at the time we were doing a little bit of work, you know. I mean, him reached out to me through his brother and I say, yo, my body with him, you know, I call Kulu, you know. Actually I was in my house in Canada at the time doing vacuum in my house, because I always like cleaning, you know. You know, I'm a clean freak like that. I'm always cleaning. Always cleaning.
Always have it clean, yeah.
Yeah, always have it clean. Anybody know me know say me always a clean, me have a sweep.
Yeah.
I'm saying me the rhythm, I have my headphone on, and I'm saying me the rhythm, I listen through my phone, and I go down the stairs and I nearly drop. I'm say, that vacuum come like it one broke my back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, I say, that vacuum come like it one broke my back, you know, sure. And then I listen to it and I say, yo, sure, what make you warm? I mean, I listen to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me talk to the vacuum. How when me do you? Let me ask it, how when me do you work you warm? You know what I mean? What make you warm, babe? Feel me back.
And I saw the song.
Interesting.
Listen, man.
Wow.
And then we just build the verse around it. Yeah. See this style? So we just start visualize now. See this style? And we just turn it into like a female more relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's actually, me have to give the vacuum only for thanks. You know what I mean? Yeah, we shout out to the vacuum. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that became my biggest record until this day, like almost 10 million views, you know what I mean? And collectively that song have over 20 million views based on every other person who has reposted it and all the dancers. And then I when we finish recording it, I send it to him, say, man, this is a hit. The song didn't even mix.
Yeah.
He put out the song without the song even mix, because there's a demo, I send him and tell him, say, what you think?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I say, oh, this bad, may I put this out? And then I send it to my dancer them, and then them create the broke back dance for it, and it was just like, you just start popel, and then when I see it surpass I could not, I was like, this is surreal.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's what's
So
up.
it go, man. That's music, you know, organic, call it organic.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. Nothing can stop it. And that's what I always say, you know what I mean? It has no expiry date. Just do it with love in your heart. Do it with fun and joy and happiness, you know? And it will work, you know? It will work. Even if it don't work right away, it eventually will. Because some songs about even 10 years later.
True.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Definitely. Me agree with that.
Without music has power, you know?
Definitely.
It's power in the music.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm gonna mash up your music talk for a real quick second.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
No problem.
All right. Topic of the day. I wanted to ask this question, being that we have two men here today, and you know we don't usually have this often. So, do you think men need reassurance in a relationship or marriage? Whichever one could go first.
Yeah. You know what? I would say yes. You know, what I mean, reassurance based on what's going on today in society. You know, what I mean, or today's society. You know, what I mean, we grew up around my mother. You know, what I mean, she's a single mother, and of 6. You know, what I mean, I see how hard she works. She worked 2 jobs. So I think I've learned a lot of things from my mom. Learning how to cook, learning how to sew. What them sew upon my pants, I just string the needle so I can still sew. So I still have them things.
Right.
Learn how to clean, learning how to be.
Ladies, y'all need to make sure you have some.
Yeah, learn how to be a good father,
Self-sufficient.
self-sufficient, teaching my
Yes.
kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you have a partner who, not to say she have to match you 50-50 or 100-100, you know what I mean? You want somebody who can reassure you, if you know, say, you see, when push come to shove, I have your back just as much as, you know what I mean, you have her back. And you know what I mean? You always say take a good woman to bring out the best into a man. And it's same vice versa, you know what I mean? For marriage to work, like we would go through, like if I tell you about my marriage and the things that me and my wife has gone
Speak
through.
about that. How long have you been married?
You know what? We've been together for almost 30 years, and we've been married for close to 17, going on 18 years. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
We've
So,
been together
Great
21
journey.
And married 12.
oh, see there, look at that. You know what I mean? That's amazing. And I find that you don't find that nowadays. You don't find that nowadays. You know what I mean? Because
so easy to give up.
yeah, people are so easy to give up, and the personality of 2 human beings will never be the same.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You got to have some. You know what I mean? And we're not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna go through different things. It's just by the end of the day, more than love, it boils down to respect. So because if you do something, you have to remember, say, you have hurt someone, and you have to find it in your heart to find that respect for them. Say, yo, yeah, you me as a man or as a woman, yeah, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. You're never too big for saying, and you're learning from those mistakes too. So there's so much, you know what I mean? And I just find that the generation of today, they have lost that respect for humanity, not just the female alone, because they might disrespect even grandma.
They don't even
True,
have respect
true.
for themselves.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
that's what it
kinda
is. You have,
hard.
first of all, you have to have self-respect too.
It's kind of hard for them to even get there, but
So when you say reassurance, no, because
need
sometimes,
clarification.
yeah,
Yeah,
me
yeah.
always, that person, me always need clarification with her. When she
Nothing is
talk,
wrong with that.
when she talk, it is like a double-edged sword. So you have to
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I mean? The thing about reassurance, right? It is
I'm not saying you gotta call. I gotta call you.
there's a borderline. There's a borderline then when it comes to reassurance and reliant on a person in a relationship. For me, seeing and sometimes yes, reassurance is good, but it leaves you to sometimes question yourself in terms of if you're carrying your own weight. And are you reliant too much on this person to fill in the gaps where maybe you can fill them yourself, but because you know, say you have a good woman or you have a good man,
You get complacent.
you get complacent. See? And that's why I'm kind of
Yeah, you know what? It's an open-end question, because what it is though, for me, when you ask me reassurance, right? It was like, okay, then in my relationship, I've went outside of my marriage and I have a child, so it's just like I have to constantly reassuring my wife that, you know what I mean, this is not gonna happen again. So it's like, you know what I mean, it's so broad.
how difficult is that for you, my brother?
It was difficult. No, it's much easier because we have gone through the whole meditative process.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The whole therapy, where you know what I mean, we're instead of use a band-aid over the heel, over the wound, you know what I mean, it's being cured.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it takes time. So even if she get back into that space, I have to ensure that I can reassure her.
Yeah.
To say, listen, I'm here. Me now go back down the road there because me see the pain where it caused the whole family and affect my heart, which I can't take that broken heart anymore. I don't want to see that broken heart on someone else, because I realize now that, you know what I mean, you're a human being and people get affected
And breaking
by
your heart, actually break
my heart also, you know what I mean? So it's
Them
just,
not
it
believe
affects.
in them thing they initially still,
No,
Say,
a lot of
when they
person
make a
think-
mistake and you see how it affect
Yeah.
your wife or husband.
So
Yeah.
that's the case.
Them
why
not believe
you
say
have to
as a man your heart can be broken
But-
by breaking
Be
for
there,
the man
oh,
and
yeah,
watching
absolutely.
it.
If the same man is going to say it's breaking my heart to break your heart, why do you continue to do the same things and make the same mistakes to break both of our hearts? It makes no sense.
Makes no
right
sense.
There, that
It
shows
don't make
that
no
you're
sense,
learning.
but it happens.
Ego. I think it's an ego in our man, you know. And you see what it is? It's a lion versus the lioness. There's no rhyme or reason, but when you're in a space and your mind is it's like your mind and your heart are fight. It may be different for a
I
female
don't
because
see how that
she
can be though.
Eh?
Because if you love someone and you respect that person to that level, how could you disrespect
cross the
them
line
to
there.
that?
Because,
Like it's a thin line. Like how could you even take yourself to go there knowing that you're going to be affected, your family's going to be affected, your kids are going to be affected.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's going to trickle down. It might be that one moment of pleasure, and then after that, it's headache, or it could be 18 years of.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's the hope of, I think personally I can speak for myself, it's the hope of not getting caught. You understand?
That's what it is.
And this is I'm just being real, like, you know what I mean?
That's what it is.
It's the hope of not getting caught. You know what I mean? Because we're a man and
Facts.
to be yeah, it's the hope of not getting caught. Because
I believe it.
yeah, you know what I mean, we love our Empress and nothing can go around that. We know exactly what we want, but being in a space and a position at certain time, you know what I mean, where it's not vulnerability, it's just you're saying in your mind, boy, man, I hope me not get caught, you know.
It's
And
hard
if you
for
get catch, it's
let
like
me ask you
yeah,
this,
yeah, I mean,
though. So let me ask you this though.
it's what.
So would you stay if the roles were reversed? Because we had Sakarj on the last episode that we had, and we had this discussion to a degree.
Yeah.
And that question came up, like, how would you men handle it? And he was like, oh no, I would take you back and we can move on. And which I know it's a lie.
It's not
No,
a lie.
no,
It's a
no.
lie.
Just explain to
No,
us,
no,
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 please,
no.
because you have gone through a similar scenario.
Yeah, exactly. So, for me,
Explain to us, please.
I can't speak for somebody else, but you can't say it's a lie because I wouldn't leave. The reason why me wouldn't leave, the reason why me wouldn't leave. Let me tell you why I wouldn't leave, and I've said this on many different occasions and many different interviews. I believe it in my heart and believe in everything. You know what I mean? My whole soul, my life on it. You know what I mean? Is that I have done it. So, you know what I mean? Imagine, it's just feeling back that pain and not walking away knowing that the person didn't leave me when
but
I did that.
Can you handle the aftermath of it?
No, but
the feeling.
I have to learn
You have to learn for
angle it, man.
because, as the man
If a woman strong enough to angle
he
it,
has done
Yeah,
something.
but we're stronger than y'all by far when it comes to
It does
certain
not
things.
matter.
it doesn't matter. That's not the. That's
Does not matter.
That's not the.
Our
That's the.
tolerance is like up here. You
Yeah.
guys are like down
No, it
here.
doesn't-
It does not
kinda
matter.
It doesn't. No, it does
hard
not matter. It
Does
does
not
not matter.
matter.
It does not matter. It comes down
The
to.
thing is, it comes down to we been in a relationship, we have done things, and we
Yeah.
understand the hurt that you have gone through. And because we have been on this journey for so long,
Yeah.
if you do something out of turn, me I gotta have to respect
But no.
myself and know, say, you know what, I have done things and you have stayed
Exactly.
and dealt with it.
Exactly.
So me have to now stay and deal with it.
Exactly.
It's plain and simple.
It's just to me to me, and me, you know what I mean. It's simple mathematics when you actually calculate it. You know what I mean. Him say it perfectly. You know what I mean, and that's how I feel. You know what I mean. Trust me. You know what I mean. Going down that journey and that road.
But
I know.
now
You know what?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
keep that energy because it
Yeah.
gonna force you know if you think. Say, you know, maybe go try and
Yeah.
see
Nah, I wouldn't.
if him
Yeah.
really
Nah,
serious,
why
if him
would
really
you?
gonna stay. So keep that energy. That energy there, keep it. It's perfect.
Exactly.
Keep
Let me
that
try
energy.
and see if
Yeah.
you really no.
Yeah,
You know what I
keep that
mean.
energy there.
Yeah,
Keep
because
it, believe it.
because what is it? It's
I don't believe
it's energy.
Yeah.
And some woman might pick up all the wrong energy too. Yeah, man. But
So-
no, for real. You know what I mean? We're being
Beautiful.
open and we're being honest. You know what I mean? This is about being honest.
It's hard. I understand that, but it's just hard for me to believe that, knowing that I see it time and time again, where a man knows that he's making the mistakes, but still go and make that mistake over and over
Right.
again. And then it's like,
Ego
how
for
could
real.
you want reassurance in a relationship, or have your wife make you feel as a king when you're acting like a peasant?
Yeah, no.
It's kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's hard. It's difficult to believe you guys, but
Yeah.
let us know what you guys think. Make
Yeah.
sure you guys go and
It's
subscribe.
good.
RSI Network, please.
Yeah.
Also,
This is
let them know where they can find you.
Well, and I mean, I'm on all digital platform at The Real Razor B. Yeah, at the real Razor B. It's
And
simple,
we'll
you
have
know
the
what I
link
mean?
in the bio,
Yeah,
or a link in the
yeah,
description
in the
box with all
description,
of his
yeah.
For sure.
information,
Yeah,
so
the
you can
real
check out the
Razor B.
music. We thank you.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank
it. I
you
love this. That
for
you
the
know what?
honesty
Yeah,
and
you know
being
what?
open.
No problem. And I think this is a conversation that it can become uncomfortable because there's so many different persons who have gone through
Yes.
this type of similar situation
Yes.
where we need to have these type of conversation.
More open.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not the only one. You guys are not the only one. And some people need therapy to know that, you know what I mean? Even though it continues, it can still be meshed back together
Yeah, we can still hold it and build and rebuild.
work and rebuild. Trust
Yeah.
me, because some people go out and do things that are uncalled for, where them end up in prison or end up killing themselves just by not having someone to
Yeah.
reason through these type of situation.
Talk to
You know what I mean? Because so it's this topic. It's amazing because me can relate to it. It's not
Yes.
like say, yeah, ask me where apartheid because I'm in
you
it.
know,
So it's just
yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Life experience.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So a person, if you never experienced it before, it don't make sense because the persons who will come with their negative comment, you understand? Some of them has never walked a mile in that person's
Yeah.
shoes. So
So they don't
whatever
know.
you're saying, I can't even listen to you until you walk a mile there or been in that
Yeah.
situation. You don't know why that person take back that person or why that person go there and do that someday. So you have to be able to be in my space in order to do that. You know what I mean? So I'm not listening to when outsiders are talking with their negativity because they will say anything because they've never been in it. And once they're in that situation,
They won't do the opposite of what they tell you.
exactly.
And
That's a fact
before we
right
go before we go to, I must say kudos to you, brother, because there are not a lot of people in the dancehall space that actually are married or
Long-term
have
relationship.
committed long-term relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you.
So are things where we use that platform to promote.
Yeah,
so to
yeah,
speak.
yeah,
Because
definitely.
there are so many other platforms doing other things, but there are not a lot that promotes like strong
Yeah,
family
but-
values
yeah, exactly.
within the
Yeah.
dancehall reggae
And
space.
we
need that.
We need that. We definitely need that. You know what I
Young
mean?
generation needs
Exactly. We
examples
definitely
to-
need that. I need
yeah.
an example to
Yeah.
say. You know what I mean? Let's follow in these footsteps because you know what I mean. As a black nation, you know what I mean. Black culture, black people. Like when you take the ratio of marriages and single mothers. You know what I mean? It's like it's unbelievable, bro.
Yeah, man, for real. Especially in Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Single mother ratio
It hurt me because I've
man.
helped so many different persons who are single mothers, but yet still them continue to have children,
More and
kids with
more.
more and more and different man. I feel like so it's like,
need
and then
counseling as well.
the father them keep stepping away from their responsibility, bro. So we can go on and go on, like you know what I mean. Let's find a solution.
For real, man.
And this is where we feel like we're starting with
This
that.
is where we
you
start.
know,
Yeah.
This
with-
is
with
where it
our
starts.
contribution to
Yeah,
that,
definitely.
situation.
Yeah,
where-
and I know there's Jamaica don't talk me, you know,
No,
that I'm
exactly.
globally, you know.
Yeah, man.
But the epidemic,
It's
the
more
epidemic,
prominent
the
here.
epidemic begins to
Yeah,
still.
man. Definitely.
It's more prominent here
Yeah.
in Jamaica. And we just thank you for being open and honest with
Thank
the
you.
topic and the question that we asked. And just being real and just giving your real opinion and your voice on how you see certain things. And we thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We
Appreciate
thank
it.
you guys for watching. We hope you guys join us on another episode of Music and Marriage. My name is Nikita. I'm your host. And this is my co-host.
I'm like Red Square, and you don't know. Razor B.
Razor B, give thanks.
Big up your damn self for joining us, family.
Manners and respect,
We
man.
greatly appreciate it.
Yeah,
See?
manners.
Salute.
Give
Salute.
thanks. Well, good people.
Wow, good.